If you have ever started a workout routine, feel motivated, only to fall off a few weeks later, you are not broken, and it's not just a willpower problem. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to build a workout routine that you can actually stick to, especially if you are a woman over 40 and trying to lose weight. Feel stronger and have more energy without burning yourself out and doing this in a healthy way. I'm going to cover why random workouts don't work, why your body really needs a different approach for this stage of life, and how strength training, when done right, supports fat loss, boosts our metabolism, and helps with everyday movement and how we move our bodies and how we want to age well. So make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to be sharing this amazing sale I have going on. It's a limited time offer that's only going to last for a couple weeks, and it can help put all of this stuff I'm talking to in a clear plan and give you real support. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. All right, so let's talk about building a workout routine. So first, I want to start with just choosing random workouts really hurts your progress. Sometimes it delays us from even starting because I know a lot of people who come to work with me, they have been trying to just do different workouts on YouTube or even different apps that have, just workouts you can choose from. And they're either ending up injured, they're either pushing themselves too hard and they're so super sore that they can't work out the next day or for 5 days. Or you're just not even sure which workup and you're just Googling stuff in YouTube and you're taking 5 or 10 minutes to even figure out what you're doing. So when we don't really have this well laid out plan of actually how to work out and how to work out for our body and what fits our schedule, is that it really prevents us from having this long-term plan that we can commit to. So we really need to do something for your body that works right where you are. So, a workout that might be designed for person A here, who is somewhat in shape, and this person walks a couple miles every day, has done a little bit of strength training. She's going to have a different workout plan than this person who has a desk job, really doesn't walk much, hasn't worked out in a decade, and maybe has some aches and pains, right? These two people need to start with different workouts. So the workout you're doing needs to be designed for you. So just going on some app and picking a workout program may or may not be the best for you. You really have to think it through and think what your body needs without comparing you to someone else, right? How many of those workout videos, it's these super small people who are super fit, they probably work out so much and then they're just telling you in the video to push yourself. And that's not really helpful. You need someone who understands physiology and the muscles and how your body works and where you are right now, and that it can adapt to you. We don't want a cookie cutter program. I also think something else that's super important when it comes to building your workout routine is just being able to pick something that you enjoy, right? So I can give you the advice, what I think some of the best workouts are to do and things to include, but it has to always come from this first, something you enjoy. And sometimes we do have to push ourselves a little bit just to get going and sort of get over that hump. But we want it to be something that we enjoy, especially when we're starting off. So I'm a big fan of strength training, and there's lots of reasons why that we will go into. But let's say you do not like strength training, but maybe you enjoy dancing. So that's maybe where you start with some workout dance videos or something. So it has to be something you enjoy. And sometimes you also just have to have the right teacher. So maybe you've been to like a yoga class before and you haven't enjoyed it. So maybe you need to try a different one. Or maybe you've tried strength training before, but it was too overwhelming, or you didn't like the machines at the gym and having to adjust them. So maybe there's a different way you can do strength training that you might enjoy more. And you can make things enjoyable too by adding music, doing it with a friend, being able to check something off. Have a different like motivator for yourself. So you can also take something that may not be like your top enjoyment and make it more enjoyable so that you look forward to doing it. Right. And once we start working out, we get those endorphins going, and then it's something we enjoy and something we want to get back to. So sometimes there's a little bit of that push we have to do at the beginning to get ourselves going. And when we're designing a workout program, we really want to think of our whole body and what it needs. So there is strength. So that is like building up your muscle mass. And this is important, especially as we get older, we want to build and maintain muscle mass, right? Because as we get older and 70s and 80s, right, we see those people and their muscle mass is declining, and they're becoming more frail. So we want to build and maintain muscle mass. We want to be strong. We want to be able to carry our groceries in the house. We want to be able to lift things off the floor in a safe way. We also want to have flexibility. So we want to be able to have a workout program where we're going through a full range of motion, maybe when we're doing an exercise, but we're also working on stretching and creating that flexibility in our muscles. So we've got to balance that strength with that stretch, right? I remember hearing someone who just did push-ups every day. Like they didn't work out too much besides doing push-ups every day. And then this person started complaining of his shoulder bothering. And right, when we're just working those muscles on the front of our body and we're not working those muscles on the back, we're going to get an imbalance in our muscles, and then we're not stretching them out. So a lot of times if I work the back of my body, I will naturally get a little bit of stretch in my chest because my body's moving the opposite way. And then we can add specific stretching exercises too. So we want to make sure that we're balancing that strength. So all the different parts of our body, right? We don't want to work just our stomach muscles. We want to work our back muscles too because they connect. So we have to have that balance, and the balance in the sense of flexibility in our body. We want to also think, especially as we're getting older, we want to think about mobility and sort of, they call them activities of daily living, like being able to take the groceries in and put a can up on a higher shelf, reach. Like we want to be able to do these functional things. Maybe it's like raking your yard or mowing the grass. So we want to keep strong to be able to do these activities of daily living. And the other piece is often missed is balance. So it's super important to incorporate some balance because especially as people get a lot older, more in their 80s, we might be looking at people with more of a fall risk. But even before that, sometimes tripping and these different things can happen more. So if we work on our balance and we build up those little muscles in our ankle, it can help us to have better balance to be able to catch ourselves if we do start to fall. So this is why picking random workouts on YouTube may not put all of this into a workout plan for you. So we really want to think, how can we incorporate all of these for your body right where you are? And the other thing that I think is super important is training your core. And we don't have to overtrain our core, but we do need to train it and train it correctly. What I will do, I have a 5-day core workout that teaches you how to train your core. It's completely free. It's only 5 minutes each day. I'm going to put that link in the description. It's sort of like one of my pet peeves is, especially when you go to classes or different YouTube workouts, or I've seen different workouts and apps, like they're not really always training your core correctly. So especially for women, after pregnancy, it's common to get that split where the stomach muscles come apart, and we really have to train our lower core, and that helps to zip up the abdominal muscles. And this can happen. I have seen it in kids who have the split. I've seen it in men who have that split of their abdominal muscles that goes up the center of the stomach. So we really have to make sure that we're training our core correctly. We don't have to push ourselves super hard. We want to be able to do, if you do my free 5-day core challenge or you work with me, you'll learn how to do a pelvic tilt, and that sort of zips up our core. It works that bottom core. So any core exercise, we have to be able to do that. So even a plank, if you don't know how to sort of squeeze in that abdominal muscle, you can further increase that split in your stomach. And the other important thing that goes with training your core, so a lot of people think stomach, is your back. So our stomach and our back muscles work together and they're connected. And this is especially important when it comes to preventing injury, right? We don't want to be the person that picked the tissue up off the floor and blew out our back because our core was weak. We didn't know how to bend over correctly. And we had this repetitive strain that finally, picking up a tissue, blew out our back. So we want to have a strong core, so stomach and back. We want to be able to practice exercises like squats or even Warrior 3 in yoga where we can like pick up something light off the floor. So if you start to do strength training, you start to learn how to move your body in better ways. So when you go to pick up something heavier, you are going to be able to do that more correctly, right? So for example, if you are picking something heavy off the floor, we don't want to bend at our hips and bend over to pick it up. Because think if someone is bending over and they're coming back up, all of that work is coming from their back. And you can feel your back muscles, they're pretty small. But what happens if someone sort of squats down because they have built up that strength and that mobility and holds the thing close, their legs are doing the work to come back up. Their back might be forward just a hinge and they might feel it in the back, or those muscles might kick in too. Our core should kick in. But our leg and our glute muscles are a lot bigger than our back muscles. So when we have gotten strong in doing squats, we're able to pick things up. So especially as we are getting older and over 40, we really need to focus on strength training, really building up and maintaining that muscle mass. When we put on more muscle, this also helps our metabolism. So our metabolism helps us to burn more calories when we're doing nothing. And we start to tone our body. And when we have more muscle mass, that means we're going to be burning more fat. So these pieces become especially important as we get older. So a lot of times, maybe in the past, you've heard like cardio is the key for weight loss, but really having strength training and building muscle and having movement in and not stressing your body with exercise is the much better way to be able to lose weight in a healthy way. So if you're planning your own workout plan, I want you to think of these pieces. Like, am I building it for my body? I'm not just following this person. Am I working on my core? And am I actually training my core correctly? Am I including strength, flexibility, balance? Am I finding a way to enjoy this? Am I working out in a way that balances my body, right? I'm working my chest, but I'm also working my back. I'm working the front of my legs, but also my back. So these are things you need to think about when you are building your workout plan. And I haven't really talked about it, but the other piece I always like people to do is add that movement. So movement can be walking. It doesn't have to be cardio, but we're in such a sedentary society. We have to typically think about how can we get steps in and move our body. So that might be an intentional walk each day. That might be parking further from stuff or taking a lunch break where you walk. So getting that movement piece in too. But today I was more focusing on sort of that strength part of our body. So maybe you have tried random workouts. Maybe you have bounced between different programs, but you're still feeling stuck. So a lot of times, us women over 40, we don't need more intensity. When I do workouts for myself and for other people, it's typically 30 minutes or less. My only exceptions are sometimes I go to an in-person yoga class that is 50 minutes, but that obviously includes more relaxation. So I'm not like strenuously working. And I will also go on walks sometimes that are longer than 30 minutes. So we don't necessarily need a ton of time. We can keep it simple, but we need that right structure. And strength training really matters for that fat loss, metabolism, muscle tone, and really everyday life so we can just move, feel good, enjoy our life, our kids, and our grandchildren. And we want to make sure that we're doing it at the right level and in a way that we can recover from. right? We don't want to work squats super hard on Monday and squat super hard Tuesday. Our body needs a rest. So we have to think about this when we're laying out our plan. And so that's why I'm having my personal training app on sale. It is 20% off for 3 months. So not just the first month, you'll get a full 3 months at 20% off. And this is going to end January 18th. So inside my app, I create fully customized workouts for your body, your level, your schedule. So we're going to plan workouts on the days that work for you. We can plan workouts to be 10 or 15 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. We can start at the beginner. We can start a little more advanced. Wherever you are, we're going to custom build a workout plan for you, and it's going to be laid out for you. So you open the app and you know exactly what to do. You click the button and you get started. There's no wasting time. And you're going to build strength safely. You're going to learn from me how to exercise your body so you can learn how to do a squat correctly without injuring your back or your knees. You're going to learn how to do that core work correctly. And most likely, especially if you are new to working out, we're going to start slow for a couple weeks, and then we're going to build up and start pushing you more and more, but in a way that feels good to your body so you're not getting super sore. So no more guessing, no more random YouTube workouts, just expert-led training sessions designed to help you feel stronger and to do exercise in a safe way for your body. Inside the app, I also have habit tracking, so we can create habits for you to think about your health holistically. So maybe we have water goals or a protein goal or a vegetable goal, whatever that might be. We can put it in the app. You can see it. I can see it. And you have that accountability for me. You can also message me in the map, text or voice. And especially if you're feeling stuck or you have more questions, I'm able to voice text you. So this allows me to coach you, even though you are not signed up for health coaching calls, but I can give you that more information and really help coach you sort of asynchronously. So if you want a routine that you actually enjoy, a plan that makes sense for your body, and support that helps you stay consistent, this is it. So there's going to be a link down below where you can sign up. You can sign up and use the code APP2026 before January 18th to save that 20% for 3 months. If you have more questions, feel free to message me or set up a free call, and I would be happy to answer those questions and get everything set up for you. All right, friends, whatever that next step of your journey is for you, keep on moving. You got this.